Hi, welcome back. So it's been a long time since my last Shop My Stash, so that's what we're going to be doing today. And I have a look that really inspired me this morning. It's the Stunning Look by Makeup by Samantha Harvey on TikTok as well as Instagram. It's this gorgeous ultra glowy pink look, but I thought to myself, how cool would this be if I used fall tones? So before we jump into my drawers, I would love for you to subscribe if you haven't already, and let's get started. So starting with base, I know it's going to be a fairly glowy look, so I'm going to grab my Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter in the shade 2.5. And for my foundation, I'm feeling like going in with a classic. Ooh, let's go with the Clinique, even better. I'm just going to grab both shades I have because I don't know which one's going to match me best. And for my concealer, I'm going to take the opportunity to use one of these new ones I need to try out. And let's give the Makeup by Mario one a shot today. And for my powder, I'm using Huda Beauty Cupcake. This is the powder I've been testing all of these with, just to see the differences. I don't want to switch up the powder every time. While I'm here, I'm going to grab my eye primer, the Fenty Beauty eye primer, as well as my eyebrow things, Rare Beauty Brow Gel, and the Brow Pop from Kosas in medium brown. Now getting down here, I know it's going to be a fairly bronzy look, so I feel like I need a cream and a powder, and what better than the Patrick Ta duo. It's pulled out for a different video though, but I'll put it in here. For my highlighter, I know I'm going to need something very glowy. I broke my drawer, sadly, but this might be a good option. The Spotlight Glow from Charlotte Tilbury, although I already have the Flawless Filter, so I don't think I need a liquid. I'm gonna go for these actually, because what is glowier than the Rare Beauty highlights? I'm grabbing Enlighten and Exhilarate, the white one and the champagne one. Now for blush, I feel like I also need a cream and a powder, and I want this to be a little bit more orangey leaning, so terracotta might work. Persimmon might be great for this. Faded Clementine from M Cosmetics would definitely work. Chili Mango from Fenty would also really work. This might be a little too orangey, but I don't know how vibrant I want to go, so I'll pull that out anyways. This one might work, the Rare Beauty Joy. I feel like there's a more orangey one. Oh yeah. Love. I don't think I have another shade here that's coming to mind, so I'm gonna go with those ones I already selected. Now for eyes, I am going to just grab some eyeliners just in case. I'm thinking of that one from Melt, like the new Rich Brown. Might be nice, or even like a more burgundy liner, this one. For my mascara, I've solely been using the Clio. Let's just go for this one, just to compare. I don't know if I need anything else from here. These are all like my eye singles and such. Might be nice to just add even more glow with these. I'm not sure if I'll use these, but I'll pull them anyways. Now for eyeshadows, here's what it's looking like in here. I don't know what I want to use. I also have like all these singles from Nabla and the new Moondust shades from Urban Decay in the palette and the singles. I just have way too many fun options right now, you guys. Ooh, for the eye portion, this might be really cool. And this is a multi-chrome. I think there's 3 colors in one. That might be really interesting. But this palette from Natasha Denona might be perfect to build the look, and maybe to do like the little shimmery on the eye would be really cool with this because it has a green reflect. I might do that. Yeah. And finally, for the lips, basically, I'm going to be grabbing a lot of orange things. So let's start with this one from Tower 28. Since we already grabbed Faded Clementine, let's grab the Faded Clementine lip. Ooh, this might be potentially this. Potentially that. Potentially this. Too many fun things. Okay, let's just start with that. Might be subject to change. First thing I'm gonna do is put this stuff on my lips. I cracked this open again this week. It's getting so dry here and my lips are suffering. This is nipple cream. If you weren't around here last year, I raved about this stuff. It's the best for curing dry, chapped lips. It's the Lansinoh Lanolin. But getting into things I actually picked, I'm going to start off with my Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter in the shade 2.5, and I'm going to put this on my high points. And I'm going to apply it a little bit more heavy-handed. Usually I just do a little C like so, but today I'm going to really slather it on, especially because this is going underneath of my foundation. It's gonna be good. Now for my foundation, I'm going to have to mix these two shades. I'm mixing CN52 Neutral MF and CN28 Ivory VF. There she is. That's my skin tone. Why do I forget about this? It's so nice. I'm honestly a little bit nervous to try out the Makeup by Mario concealer. I've had it for weeks and I just have not tried it. I've just seen so many terrible things about it and it's not getting the best reviews online either. I usually don't check reviews before, but they just landed on my For You page and such, but I guess we'll see today. God, that foundation is so good, isn't it? Like, why did I stray? Maybe foundation just looks good on my skin again. That would be so nice. I'm taking good care of my skin. My little rash here that I've been so insecure about has been leaving slowly. I've been using the CeraVe acne cleanser and a different toothpaste. I think it was like perioral dermatitis. Anyways, getting back to the concealer, this is the Makeup by Mario Surrealskin Awakening Concealer in the shade 180. And this apparently has some caffeine in it to really awaken your under eyes. Girl, I do not need more caffeine, okay? I am such a severe caffeine addict. I'm trying my best to stop it. It's not as scary as some other concealers I've tried in the past, like that Bobbi Brown one that I've just featured in Retrying Makeup I Hated. That's like enemy number one for me right now with concealers. But this doesn't look that bad, just immediately applied like this. It doesn't do anything blurring wise. It didn't do the best at like brightening either. I mean, I guess it did a little bit, but like the color is brightening. But I still see some like sallowness in my under eyes. But let's set her down with one of my favorite under eye powders, Cupcake from Huda Beauty in loose form. This powder always comes through and just blurs everything out. But now that that's set, I still see a little bit of sallowness under my eyes. It's not giving as good as the other concealers. My favorite has so far been the Physicians Formula one or the Tower 28 concealer. That one's amazing. But more on that in my concealer roundup, which I'm working really hard on. I think it's going to come out next week. Now let's bronze up my face. I'm first going to use the cream side, which is more of like the contour color from the duo here. And I'm going to take my Moda blending fan. And I'm going to go for a more bronzy fall look. So I don't mind amping the bronzer and contour a little bit more than usual. I think I'm going to go in with the powder side a bit later just to kind of like refine things up because I still have a lot of creams that need to meld into one another. So I'm putting that to the side, and now let's decide on the blushes because I went a little crazy. I haven't done a Shop My Stash in a while and I feel like I was really excited looking through my collection here. Let's see which one suits the Faded Clementine blush more. The Merit one is much better with Faded Clementine. This might be way too summery. I'm trying to go with my gut, but my gut is confused. Maybe the Merit one would be better because it is sheerer, and since this will be more of like the main focus, this might be better to layer. This might be just too crazy. Yeah, let's go that way. And I'm going to apply it almost like a highlighter, just like so. Yeah, I think this will be more manageable and controllable. And we're going all the way up here in a C shape, all the way up to that temple. I don't do this often, so I'm interested to see how this goes today, but we want this to kind of lead into the eye look. I think I'm going to do the powders after my eyes, so I'm going to do my brows and prime my lids real quick, so please enjoy the brow intermission. Who the heck allowed me to pick so many things for the eyes? Because now I'm just here frozen. I don't know what to do. Who's taking the blame? It's not me. Just kidding. It's just me. So I'm for sure going to grab this orangey shade from Nabla. It's really cool. See, it has like a really nice orange shift, but then it's also like golden and very, very green at some angles. It's the shade Solar Notes. And I think I'm going to use this to kind of underpaint my eye. It's like an orange crush shade. It kind of is summer leaning, but I think it will work. It's the shade Firefly. Nope, Fire Lily, sorry. Because I want like the cheek products to really blend seamlessly into the eye look, I think I'm going to use the bronzer as my crease color. And I might even just do my bronzer right after this because I really want to work it into this look. I'll show you how I do that. Now I'm going to take my MAC 143S brush with that bronzer. We're just doing one of those days where I jump around my face. And once I know I have a little less on that brush, I take it kind of near my crease and I just go like this. It might mess up my brow, but that's okay, that's fixable. And now back to the eyes, I'm going to grab this orange shade and I'm going to put this right on my outer corner. This shadow really grabbed right there and it didn't want to budge. Now I'm going to take my Natasha Denona bronze palette and I'm going to grab this shade right here, which is the shade Suntan. And I'm going to work this in between these two colors. And I believe she has a little bit of like a cut crease going on. So we're going to do that in a second here. And I'm going to fade into the shade Sundown here. She doesn't have anything on her lower lash line, but I want to add a little bit of the shade Beach. I'm going to do a little cut crease and I'm going to use my Melt Cosmetics Ivory Pencil to do so. I don't like using concealer because I feel like that just makes it really creasy and heavy on my lids. This just sets down. Where do I want this to end? Hers is a little exaggerated, so I'm gonna do the same. I'm looking right into my mirror and this is where I want it to end, like right there. I know exactly what I want to do now. I'm taking one of these and I'm going to line that cut crease part. Let's just pick a shade. I have the Golden Goji, which is my #1 favorite. And I also have this orangey color, which is Clementine Fire. I feel like the highlighty version would be really nice. This would be more dramatic, but I feel like this might be more complementary and it would allow the multi-chrome to really shine. I'm taking this Glisten 4 brush, loaded with that product. Unfortunately, there's not a bone color to set my lid with in this palette, so I'm gonna have to outsource. I'm going to grab this shade here from the Patrick Ta Major Dimension 3 palette. I'm now going to grab the Multi-Chrome Shadow from Nabla, and I'm going to overlay this area right here with it. I'm actually dampening a little blending brush. This is a Smith 233. I just need more precision. And I kind of want to fade it in an angle. So I want just a touch right here. See what I mean? I'm doing an angle from the outermost point of that NYX liner into the inner corner. And then I'll take my finger and really press an extra layer of that. I'm now going to do some liner with the Universal Earth 708 shade from Makeup Forever. The other pencil I chose is just too brown. I think this burgundy shade will really complement the colors we chose. Ooh, it just might not be dark enough though, that's the problem. I don't know if that's deep enough to really get the effect going. I'm going to add just a little bit of the Melt One. Just really inside that liner so it still looks a little burgundy. I think to top it all off, I'm going to add a little bit of this new Moon Dust shade from Urban Decay in Wild Dipper. It's like a nice golden color. And I'll put it right where this meets that. And now to highlight, I'm going to use this shade from Rare Beauty as my inner corner highlight. It's the shade Enlighten. Just want that super, super bright inner corner. If it's too bright, we can layer the other shade to kind of calm it down, which I think might have to happen. It's a little too blue-white. I'm gonna hop over to the other shade, Enlighten, which is the more champagne. I'm actually going to kind of lead this into my eye look a little bit, and I'm going to do something I never ever do, but I'm going to highlight my brow bone because she has a heavy brow highlight, I believe. I'm going to do my mascara off camera because I'm really going to zoom in and focus so I don't get any mascara clumps on this eye look because it's just too good. I was so close to having a BF, okay? So close. I'm now going to set my skin with a little bit more of the Huda Beauty powder, and I'm going to press it into my skin in the center of my face using a powder puff, just so I have a more matte look on the inside of my face. That was really satisfying. Please be dry. Slay. This eye look turned out really, really fun, don't you think? And I went to the washroom earlier, and seeing that multi-chrome shadow and different lighting is like magical. I'll try to get a clip of it. It's really hard to get a good look at a multi-chrome on camera because there's so many lights, but it's so vividly green. So now we have to jump back into the cheek, and I'm going to grab my M Cosmetics Faded Clementine blush, and I'm going to apply it with my BK Beauty 111 brush. Oh god, I'm a little bit nervous. I don't want to get this too pigmented, you know? But I guess that's kind of the look. There's so many motorcycles out on the street today. It's like one of the last days they can probably have them out. And to get it into my eye look, I'm going to take it on my blending brush and do it that way so I have more control. And then I'm going to take the Rare Beauty highlight again. We need to add a little bit of setting spray. I'm using my Milk Pore Eclipse Matte Setting Spray. I don't know why I was so nervous, but it turned out really, really cool. So now let's complete it with the lips. I always love to pair Faded Clementine with Strip Down from MAC, so I'm going to be lining my lips with this. And something will work. I decided to exclude these two. They're too like red orangey. I'll do little swatches, why not? This is the Blooming Edition Lip Paradise Lip Color Balm from Dear Dahlia in the shade Blair. It's just a little too corally. The About Face Cherry Pick Color Balm in the shade Orange Days is way too red. Then we have Faded Clementine from M Cosmetics MAC Squirt Stick in the shade Hazard, which would be nice to layer just for like a tinge of orange, and Tower 28 Fire looks really nice as well. So I'm thinking of putting a little bit of faded Clementine in the center. And then maybe a little bit of Hazard just to lighten it up because it's a bit more yellowy. No, that just looks like doing the same thing, but let's see with Tower 28 instead. More orangey, less baby poop. Okay. Final step, my little freckles with Freck. And here's the outcome of today's makeup look. What do you guys think? I think my favorite thing is the eyes, of course. I think there's so many fun textures that are playing together so beautifully. It's so dimensional and there's so many things happening, but it just works. And I really hope you could see a little bit of the green shift in my eyes when I turn my head a little bit. Wow, is it ever fun. I don't know if this is as striking as the pink version, but it works too. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, but I really hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up. I will link everything I used in the description down below, so feel free to check that out, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys!